Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Aaron Ramsdale says Gabriel Jesus is so good at shooting, it's scary. Aaron Ramsdale has lavished praise on Arsenal teammate Gabriel Jesus as they both head off to the World Cup. Ramsdale will be trying to win the crown for England, while Jesus is looking to bring the trophy back to Brazil. In an interview with ESPN, Ramsdale talked up the man Mikel Arteta brought in during the summer transfer window to spearhead the Gunners' attack. He said, I needed to learn about being at a top club and performing every week. Arteta has created this squad, a young team, which was his vision that could end in something great. The Brazilians are always dancing, playing to touch, never sitting still. I get involved with to touch, but not the dancing, absolutely not. Gabi Jesus, his finishing is frightening in training, but so are the others. Arteta has been given time and patience to get his ideas across at Arsenal, and so far they sit 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. There have been some signs of fatigue at Arsenal of late, so perhaps the unprecedented World Cup break comes at a good time for them to reset and recover. Ramsdale will be going to Qatar, but seems unlikely to play at the tournament unless something happens to Jordan Pickford, who has been Gareth Southgate's undisputed number one since World Cup 2018. ESPN pundit says Arsenal's Matt Turner hasn't improved at all this season. Craig Burley has claimed on ESPN FC that Arsenal goalkeeper Matt Turner has not progressed at all since joining the Gunners in the summer. Mikel Arteta's side brought the American informed MLS side New England Revolution back in August. Turner has played 4 times in the Europa League since, keeping 3 clean sheets and conceding just 1 goal, which is a solid record. Burley, however, believes he's done nothing at Arsenal yet. Turner replaced Berlino at Arsenal in the summer, and he knew very well that he'd be the second choice goalkeeper at the club behind Aaron Ramsdale. The Englishman has been absolutely incredible for the Gunners since he joined them last year. He is the undisputed number 1 at the club, and that's the reason why Turner has spent more time on the bench than on the field this season. That, however, didn't stop his international boss Greg Berhalter from claiming that Turner has improved a lot since joining Mikel Arteta's side over 3 months ago. Burley completely disagrees. He said, as quoted by HITC, "It was a Greg Berhalter. Some people pick up on it and some don't. He was talking about Matt Turner and how he is really progressed in the last 6 months. I mean, who is buying that? Matt Turner has been a really good goalkeeper at a New England Revolution, coached by one of my best friends, Kevin Hedgehog, but he has got his move to Arsenal and he hasn't played because of Aaron Ramsdale. How do you progress when you are sitting on the bench 99% of the time? Please don't tell us he has progressed in the last 6 months. He has progressed over the last 2 or 3 years to where he is now and then getting a move to Arsenal, but not in the last 6 months because he has been sitting on his backside." That does seem a little harsh. Turner definitely hasn't played a lot of football for Arsenal this season, but his improvement is evident for everyone to see. The American had his issues with the ball at his feet. Turner and Arsenal both deserve more credit from Burley. Maybe the American's performances for US men national team in the World Cup will change his mind. Former Premier League star praised Arsenal midfielder Martin Odegaard. Fabrice Muamba has praised Arsenal's decision to sign Martin Odegaard, who has improved hugely since joining from Real Madrid. The Gunners have been in top form this term, flying high in the division to sit 5 points clear of Manchester City in second, with many players singled out for praise for their roles in helping us to top the table at present. Muamba has been especially impressed by the Norwegian. He went on to say, "Odegaard, wow, this guy signed for Real Madrid at a young age and then moved to Arsenal on loan. My word, he is a different player. He controls the momentum for Arsenal. He is David Silva. When David Silva was at City, he was what he is for Arsenal. He controls the tempo of the game, his vision. He is one of the best technical players in this league, no doubt about it. You can't argue with that. Odegaard has matured a lot. He is the captain, he is a leader, he is scoring goals, and he is defending. I can see why Arsenal went above and beyond to get this guy. Arteta saw something special in him. Odegaard is definitely among those players who have made a huge difference in our side and is one who would be sorely missed from the starting lineup. Barcelona want to sign a Charlie Patino from Arsenal. According to calciomercato.it, Arsenal youngster Charlie Patino is a transfer target for Spanish giants Barcelona. The 19-year-old midfielder has been on loan at Blackpool since the start of this season. He has been brilliant there, so much so that Xavi's Barcelona are looking to pounce. Patino was born in England and has represented the Three Lions at various age groups over the years. However, he holds a Spanish passport too, thanks to his father. The youngster is eligible to play for Spain in the future, and the report claims that the Spanish FA have made movements to tempt him to switch his allegiance in the future. That's not all. Patino's club allegiance are being targeted as well. The young Gunners midfielder's current contract expires at the end of this season, but Arsenal have an option to extend it by 2 years. We expect that to happen, but the report claims that if the Gunners get distracted, Barcelona are waiting on the wings to pounce and lure him away from North London. Patino, who turned 19 last month, has been described as one of the most precious diamonds in the landscape of England's youth by the Italian outlet. Arsenal just cannot let Patino leave the club. The teenager, who has only played twice under Mikel Arteta, is one of the Gunners' finest talents. He is excellent on the ball, can play anywhere across central midfield, and has the potential to become an incredible midfielder in the Premier League in a few years' time. Patino has been on loan at Blackpool since the start of the season, and he has been brilliant there. He is a fan favorite now and even has his own song, which shows just how much the supporters have taken to him. Arsenal will likely trigger their option to extend Patino's deal by 2 more years, but they must tie him down to a longer deal to keep sides like Barcelona as far away as possible. 13 assist star would be very good signing as Arsenal look to secure deal. It has been claimed that Arsenal are looking to hold fresh talks with Facundo Torres about a move to the Emirates, and reporter Lomi Stanley says he could be a very good signing for the club, despite the fact that Arsenal are sitting pretty at the very top of the Premier League. Mikel Arteta knows that he needs to keep adding to the side in order to keep on improving. There is a massive feeling that if Arsenal pick up a couple of injuries, they will not be able to keep picking up the results, as the squad is not as deep as some of their top 4 rivals, and that has led to speculation that Torres is a player that they want. Torres has scored 10 goals and led on 13 assists in Major League Soccer this season, and his performances are attracting all sorts of interest from big clubs. Arsenal may need to move quickly to wrap up a deal for Torres, with a number of other clubs circling, while his price tag will almost certainly shoot up if he enjoys an eye-catching World Cup. The London Evening Standard reported that Arsenal are set to hold talks with the agent of winger Torres in an attempt to secure a deal. The report adds Arsenal could add another MLS signing after deals for Aston Trusty and Matt Turner, and Stanley has told LC Football News that he could be a very good signing for the Gunners. He went on to say, games at the Emirates where Arsenal would be on top of a lot of teams in terms of possession, then he'd be very good. Mikel Arteta's business recently, since going in and revamping the club, he hasn't got too many wrong, so he knows what he is looking for. Arsenal must have been watching the player more than enough to want to get a deal done. He must have some very good ability, so if Torres is worth it, he will add a bit more depth to that Gunners side, and that is what they need to push on and try to win a few big trophies under the Spaniard. Real Madrid eye Arsenal target Tielemans as Bellingham backup. Arsenal are on pole position to sign Yuri Tielemans, but Sport is now reporting that Real Madrid have joined the race with the Belgians seen as an alternative should they fail to land Jude Bellingham. Bellingham, of course, is one of the most exciting talents in world football, and it appears that the race to secure his signature is very much underway. Liverpool want to take him to Anfield, but Real are also very much in the race, and journalist Benny Jacobs recently told the Football Terrace that Bellingham has now had a direct conversation with Carlo Ancelotti about a possible move to the Bernabeu. Of course, Arsenal probably would not mind seeing Bellingham moving to the Spanish capital if the alternative is Liverpool. The Gunners are now title contenders in the Premier League, so seeing a player of Bellingham's caliber head to Anfield would be concerning. However, perhaps Arsenal have another reason to want Bellingham to pick Madrid. According to Sport, Real view Tielemans as their backup option should Bellingham head elsewhere. The report notes that Arsenal have already spoken with the Leicester star and Mikel Arteta is determined to add him to the squad, but clearly, turning down Real Madrid may not be easy either. Obviously, Bellingham is the superstar option. Sport suggests that his value could be as high as £131 million, and it's frightening to think about what level he could reach. Tielemans has not been on the same level in the last year. His form for Leicester has been a lot more underwhelming as speculation over his future continues, but he is said to be able to move on a free transfer in the summer, so he could be an absolutely incredible addition for one side, all things considered. It will certainly be a situation for Arsenal to keep an eye on should it appear that Real looks set to miss out on Bellingham. Arsenal and West Ham have now asked about Noah Okafor. Arsenal and West Ham have asked for information on Noah Okafor, with Tutto Mercato Web reporting that Red Bull Salzburg won £30.6 million for the striker in January. Okafor is one of the latest players in the Red Bull system to attract serious interest. The Switzerland international has enjoyed a superb start to the campaign, scoring 10 goals in all competitions. One of those was a wonderful strike in the Champions League draw with AC Milan. He also found the back of the net against Chelsea. The Blues are now one of the Premier League sides interested in the 22-year-old, according to Tutto Mercato Web. Meanwhile, Arsenal and West Ham are also keen on the forward and have asked for information about the goal scorer. However, they will have to pay a hefty sum to land him. Okafor has actually managed to outshine teammate Benjamin Sesko so far this season, and that is quite something given the potential Sesko appears to have. Okafor has been included in Switzerland's squad for the World Cup, so it will be interesting to see how his time in Qatar impacts his asking price ahead of the January transfer window. Certainly, he has the potential to be one of the surprises of the tournament. The Swiss definitely have a good opportunity to get out a group which also includes Brazil, Serbia and Cameroon. Okafor is such a hard-working striker. He also has the pace and the eye for goal that suggest that he has a very bright future ahead. For a club such as Arsenal, a deal may make a lot of sense in January. Eden Ketia has stepped up this year. However, there are bound to still be concerns about how they will fare should they lose Gabriel Jesus for any sustained period of time. Romano shares what he's been told about Arsenal and Mudryk. Fabrizio Romano has provided an update on the recent speculation linking Arsenal and Mikhailo Mudryk. The transfer insider, speaking on the House of Champions podcast, admitted that the Gunners like the Shakhtar Donetsk star. Likewise, Mudryk would love to go to the Premier League, but his club won't be letting him go for cheap, added Romano. And amid all the speculation, Arsenal haven't actually made a bid just yet, claimed the journalist. Romano went on to say, he would love to go to the Premier League, that is not a secret. He would love to go. He was dreaming of Premier League football when Everton offered it in August. Bournemouth have been interested, as have Brentford, Romano said. Arsenal have been interested. In August, they wanted him. They had negotiations, but no official bid in August because Shakhtar wanted more than 45 million euros. Now, it's way more than this. I understand it's more than 65 million euros for Mudryk to move in January. My sources at Shakhtar Donetsk tell me that there is no bid on the table. They say that we know about the interest, we know they are keen on Mudryk in the future, but no official bid. It's on Arsenal now. The player would be open to moving in January because he wants a new experience in a new club. Speculation linking Arsenal and Mikhailo Mudryk has increased massively in recent days. The Gunners were heavily linked with the Shakhtar Donetsk star over the summer transfer window. It remains to be seen if Arsenal can succeed in getting their hands on Mudryk. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.